Well, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel today. I wanted to show you guys my insulated kit here in my Veto TP4B bag. And as we go through this, all these tools will be linked down below, or all of them I can find will be. So if you want to jump down there and look up any tools, you're welcome to. They'll be in the description below this video. So, getting into this on the outside, of course, I always keep a pen and a Sharpie on pretty well every single bag. And the Sharpie on this bag is important because I like to carry the light colored. And if you notice, this is another trick with your bag. Hook your tape strap from this top clip down to this side clip, and it will keep your tape from hanging below the height of your bag. If you clip them both on that side D-ring, you end up with your tape dragging on the table or dragging on the wherever you're at in your job. It's just a lot nicer way to go. So when you have your tape here, you can go ahead, unclip, and if you have your Sharpie, you can label right on your tape. Just write whatever you want. Like I've got kitchen written on that right there. So if you've got a wire you need to label while you're changing a breaker, anything else, whole bunch of breakers, you can quickly label something so you don't lose your place. If you carry black tape only, it's a lot harder to see what you did unless you also carry a white Sharpie. So that's what I do. There's always a multicolored piece of tape on a bag so that I have something I can label with quickly. So here, I also carry a utility knife on pretty much everything just in case I don't have mine or I'm missing a blade. You need them so much. I've got the Olfa SK4 on here. This is just a little automatic. When you've got to slide it out, when you let go, it just goes back so you don't have any issue with a blade staying out. Just nice little knife to have. And if you've been following on Insta, TikTok, any of those short form things, you saw this the other day. I use these pill containers for all my wire nuts, my screws, anything I need to organize in a Veto bag. I also use the little Plano tackle boxes that are a couple bucks at Walmart and everywhere. But see there, you can get a little bit of everything that you like to carry in your bag. I've got screws, wire nuts, some wall plate screws, all kinds of things that randomly are missing when I'm on a job, and I can just replace them while I'm there and leave a nice professional job. It's nice to have a little bit of parts. You can't be a hardware store, but it is nice to have quite a little selection. So right here also, we're just going with the unique stuff first. I've got a little channel lock conduit lock nut wrench. These are nice if you have to get back into a panel or something to get those lock nuts loose and you don't want to do what we all do and stick a screwdriver in there and tap them around, you know, trying to get them loose. Get the right tool for the job. Sometimes it's really, really a lifesaver. You get a super tight one or one in a weird spot, that'll get a hold of it and get it done. Then just a normal pair of side cutters, 7408 200s are what I have in here. They're just a really nice basic side cutter. Everything pretty well insulated on here that I can. And I don't carry a full linesman because I got these combination pliers from Knipex back when I got the entire insulated set several years ago. And while they're missing a couple of features, you know, like a fish tape puller and a crimper and all that stuff in here that their real linesmans have, these are a nice little compact size and they fit my hands really nice. Still have all that nice head strength for twisting up your wires, for your wire nuts, all that kind of thing that you need your linesmans for, but in a smaller package with a couple less features. But I have those full linesmans, but not in insulated, in a different bag. But I haven't needed those extra features enough to cause me to upgrade from that, for insulated at least. Then, always, every bag, needle nose. Got to have some needle nose right there. These are the 2618 200s. Just a nice little basic pair of long needle nose. You get something you drop back in there, you can go get it and not have to worry. Nice to have. You know what needle nose are for. Everything, basically. They're kind of an all-arounder. And these electrician pliers here from Knipex, these are the older version that we've been seeing for quite a while. They have the new forged version now that have several new features to them, including the spring-loaded, the lock, as well as multiple more wire sizes that you can strip. But these do have a crimper. It is way out here, but you do have a crimper right in here. You can see that on those pliers. But they only strip two sizes of wire. You've got 12 and 14, and it'll crimp 12 to 20. So you have nice options. It is a lot thinner head on these than the forged wire strippers, so they're closer to a needle nose size, which is kind of handy, to be honest. I really like those as long as I'm just working with 12 and 14 gauge wire. If you get into stuff like 10 and all, it's a whole lot nicer to have the other ones. And then this is a pair that I actually picked up for a really good deal on Amazon a while back. That's why they're nice, shiny, and new. These are just little cable shears, and they'll just for cutting wire, pretty much. That's all they're for, except for steel. You can't cut steel with these. They're marked right on them that you're not supposed to. But this is an example of if you watch for deals, like Amazon and stuff, I got this for 15-20 bucks for this pair of pliers. So if you keep an eye out, I have a lot of awesome tools, but I like to drop a tip now and then that you can find these for a deal, and I am so careful. You guys really probably have no idea how careful I am about how I spend my money on tools. It looks like I just buy whatever, but I'm very careful to, if I see a sale or a deal that is actually a deal, I will get it. Sometimes I will get 5 of it, and I'm all set for a long time. You know, even if I have multiple bags that need the same tool, I hit those sales and I hit them hard. So keep an eye out for stuff like that, especially even like KC Tool of the Day. It's different every single day. There's a link down below if you want to jump right to that page, see what's up there today. It changes every single day, and it's only available for one day. So it's really nice to jump in there and check and see what they have. It might be a tool you need. I try to check it every single day. But this is the Knipex dismantling knife in 9855. This has this nice little shoe up here that glides inside the wire. Takes that jacket right off the wires. Just super nice. So nice little tool to just have in there. Doesn't take up any more room really than a screwdriver. And then a couple pairs of my favorite pliers. Well, this is my favorite, and these I guess have to be second. But you can see the difference between the Cobras and the alligators right here. And the alligators are this one right here. You actually have to lift the handle to adjust these up and down. Has a little half moon there that locks in as you go up and down the channel. You can lock it in right where you want to. So it's a little closer to a channel lock style design. They have big grooves in theirs though. This is a little slicker than channel lock, to be honest. And with the double-sided construction, the way they build their heads is just a lot stronger, in my opinion. I like the build better. Just my opinion, though. I know a lot of people like channel lock, and there's nothing wrong with it. I have bags of channel lock, and I do buy them for my helpers quite a bit. So nothing wrong with that. But I do prefer a Cobra over the alligators. I like the push-button adjust. I'm just used to it from my pliers wrenches to everything I carry. So when you put me with something that's a little different, it messes with me. But this actually came with the insulated kit, kind of like those combination pliers did. So I ended up with a pair of these, and they work fine. It's nice to have 2 pair, though, so you have a backup pair of pliers. When you're turning something, you can get one going each way and really wrench on it good. And these both have the same head. They're the same size plier. So they're a very nice pair in this bag. That's why. Too much detail, but that's why I do that. The screwdrivers that are in here, pretty basic little set, really. I've got the laser tip 6.5 millimeter flathead from Wera here. And the only issue I have with these particular Veras I've got is they have the insulation that's a little bigger than the shaft of the driver. So if you're getting down into a hole, you can actually see the damage on some of these. If I can get that where you can see it anyway. You can actually see the damage on some of these where they've gotten torn up going into spots they shouldn't have gone into. And it's the same way with the number 2 square drive here from Wera. Very nice drivers. They're fantastic. But I would highly recommend getting the slim line insulation, more like what these Veras or these Vihas here have. These are about worn all the labeling off of these, but these are Wiha drivers here, insulated, and it's the slim insulation, so it's the same size as the shaft of the driver when you get to the tip. So just a really nice feature when you have to get down into a deep hole. It keeps it really nice and straight. And my number 2 Phillips here is a Wiha as well, so just a nice driver with that same slim line insulation. So for my thermostat drivers on this one, I have the same kind of setup. I've got a flat and a 0.4 by 2.5 and a Phillips 0. And these are both the Wiha Pico Finish electrics. So they're 1000 volt insulated with the nice little caps that turn. So if you need to get some pressure on the top of that driver, you can push down while rotating the driver and it works just fine. So it can keep you from stripping those screws out when you have to really get on your driver and you're not twisting it in your hand. Nice little feature. These are some really sweet little drivers in my opinion. I've enjoyed them for 5-6 years. Then here in the front, a couple more basic little things. Got the Gfci and electric receptacle tester here. And the reason I carry this little south wire version is it has the plug out the end, which keeps this a whole lot thinner setup than my Fluke versions that have the plug out the back of it for some reason. So works fine. Does just great. The only thing it's missing really that I really prefer about my Fluke is the tone. I can turn the tone on the Fluke, and as long as there's power to the outlet, it will sound a tone that you can hear while you're flipping breakers or anything like that. So it's kind of an extra feature that's really handy to me. So when you're working by yourself, having a tool that can take the place of a second person sometimes is really great. Then down in here, always every single bag, a little magnetizer, or some of those Wera screw holders for your screwdriver tips. With this, all you have to do is take your driver and put it right there in that little groove and slide it a few times, and it will magnetize the tip of that driver, so you can go and pick a screw up and stick it on the end of your driver, and it will hold far better than it will hold without that. It will actually get in there and hold it very, very nicely. So I really like to have a magnetizer on every bag. But that's pretty much what I carry here in my TP4B for an insulated kit. Hopefully that helped you guys out a little bit. You enjoyed this video. We're trying a new thing. This one is shot completely in 4K. So let me know, because sometimes it's very hard for me to tell. Let me know if you can tell a difference from previous videos to this one. We're trying to go all 4K now and see how that works out. But thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there. Like this video if you enjoyed it and got some value from it. Leave me a comment down there about anything you think this bag should have had in it that you didn't see. I'm always curious and trying to improve my loadouts. You know how they are. They never stop changing. So we do the best we can. But also remember, over on TikTok, Instagram, all that, I do reels. And if you want to see short form content from the job sites to just one little tool at a time, covered in depth for less than a minute, that content is over there, and it's all at Millis Construction. Some links will be down in the description also. I'll see you guys next week.